Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm here this morning in the workshop before I leave for work at the scrap exchange. And I am going to make a journal with the most recent fun pack. They're already listed in the Etsy shop, and I just haven't had a chance to do a video yet showing what's in these. I'm already working on the next set of fun packs. I'm going to try really hard to keep some in the shop all the time, in the Etsy shop. It's just that I'm so busy. I work full time, and I know those of you who do that understand when you're gone from home 40 hours a week plus. I mean, you're at work 40 hours a week, so you add in the driving time. Anyway, let me not talk while I'm pulling this out. Okay, there's all kinds of stuff in here to make pages. Now, I made this soft cover this morning, and I just wanted to use some of this fabric that I recently purchased. I believe this is spoon flower. In fact, I'm pretty positive that it is, because one of my friends who shops at the scrap exchange, I think she saw the video and where I showed the fabric, and she said that when it has that type of writing at the end or whatever, that's spoon flower. So anyway, I love this fabric. I definitely wanted to use some. This is just a fabric flower that I made a while back, and it's been floating around the workshop. So I decided to sew that onto the front, just using a back and forth stitch. I tried running a long stitch across this, and I almost broke my needle, so I thought that was really dumb. Anyway, so and this is just some scraps of velvet, and I hope they don't completely unravel and get really messy, but if they do, I'll do something about that. So the fun packs, this one is not sorted into any certain order, and I'm going to go through and pull out the small things and things that are going to be, I probably want to use some of these as pages, the bags, because they make great pockets. And then this paper, that's the pretty flowers. Ooh, and I love this. So that'll definitely be a page with the birds, and I can turn that up to make a pocket. So let's get these smaller things separated out. Things that we can use, and then I will also have things that can be pages. I'm not really interested in the cover on this. I just wanted maybe some of the music to be able to distress. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the cover off and recycle it. And of course, you can use the cover. We're getting close to July, so it would make a nice 4th of July type thing. But I just want the music pages, and I've got my instant coffee over here and some water. I'm going to be distressing some of the pages, and probably won't get all of this done today, but we can start. So you can see there's a lot of this fun computer type paper, and I like these edges that you can tear off, and they're fun to just add sort of the junky element to your journals. You can glue those along the edges of the pages and things like that. And there's a large sheet of graph paper. There's a sheet of this. You can see the woods through it. It reminds me of when we walk on the Eno River. There's a greeting card. This is just a bracelet, and it's nothing fancy. These are just little plastic beads, and it's only the beads that I'm interested in. These were some sort of promotional bracelets by a company that does promos for people. So there were different types of stickers that you could put with these, and I wasn't interested in the stickers either. Here's a little token that says, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong side. Gratitude is a practice. That's from Joe Van Gogh Coffee. So let's just keep moving and pull these small things out to the side and stack up what can be pages. Here, I'll put this up here. Those could be maybe some smaller pages, and let's pull these little things together. That might be a page, but maybe not. I may just cut out some circles for embellishing. Guest check, there's postcards. Here's a large pattern that could make a page. That could be a page. probably going to have this as a page. It's a book, a page from an old houseplant book. This is heavy paper. Not sure. I'll go ahead and put that in the stack for pages, but I may not use it because it is so heavy. I love the numbers on this paper. There's a tag that I made. So these fun packs have just a lot of random fun stuff. That's why they're called fun packs. And you don't have to use everything at one time. It's fun to just pull out what you want to make a journal, and then there's stuff to come back and make more journals. Especially if you like the junk journals. You know, sometimes I like a really specific style or theme, and I like for things to be all coordinating, but not always. Sometimes I just want a junky junk journal that I can add my trash into, my recycling things from the day, business cards where we've been out. These fun packs each have 5 of these vintage spools of thread with the paper labels, and they're really fun to use to glue around like holes that you punch. And then each one has one of the old wooden bobbins too. Those are fun for charms. So let's keep moving. And there's a page from a book about roses. And I love this. This ledger paper is not particularly old. It's from the 80s. But I do like that some of it has writing on it. All right, so let's get started. Oops, what did I drop? Oh, I see it. Oh, man. There are a couple of these little pockets, too, that are fun. If you have little tokens or mementos or whatever that you want to put in here. Like you could put this on the page, even with a some sort of a prong fastener or a brad. Like you could keep your token in there. So, one signature, and the inside of this is some old jeans that were Jason's. And it's not completely centered, but I do like to have a place to put my, it's more centered than I want it to be. It's not totally on this side is what I'm saying, but that's okay. I just wanted a place to be able to put my pencil. And I know I've got this big flower on the front, and I thought about that. I said, you know, it could impair my ability to write easily. But the flip side of that is that there's a lot of padding in here. This is one of my padded covers, so it doesn't feel too constricting or whatever to have that on the front. Let's look at the size of this page. So that one's okay. This is probably the biggest page I would want to have. And I'm going to go ahead and turn some of these. Actually, you know what? I don't want to turn those. I want these things right side up. So I'm going to go ahead and tape some pages together, maybe. Ooh, rose petal by count. Oh, and there's the bee. Let's cut this down a little bit. We're not going to lose any of the images this way. And we'll do the same thing over here. And we don't want it to be any more than 11 across. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Okay. You know, somewhere, I don't know what I've done with my masking tape. There's been so much going on lately. Oops, I didn't tear that the right way. There's been so much going on in the past couple of months here with retreats and, you know, classes, and taking stuff with me to my daughter's when I'm over there, or taking stuff inside so that I can sit by the couch. And I always keep a supply of things at work to work in my journals while I'm there. Like I make sure I take some of my own supplies in, and I have a little place where I can sit and do journaling on my lunch break. So my masking tape, I feel like, is in one of my bags somewhere. Can I actually get a full piece off of here? Let's try this. But normally I use masking tape for this. And we're just going to tape these pages together in a way that we can make a journal page that's just all one page and it's right side up. That way the text is not sideways. We're going to lose a little bit of these pages, but not that much, and that's okay. So we'll just fold that up over there. And then we want this to be about 5.5. Is that right? Or wait, 8.5? 8.5. Oh, 8.5 is what it is. La la la. Can't think this morning. So what if we turn this up like that? And then when we fold it, we will have a pocket. And let's make sure I didn't make that too. It's still a little bit, I must not have measured right. No, it's a little bit wide. So we're just gonna, oh, I know. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know what I did. So that'll be good. Things don't have to be perfect. Let's don't freak out. Okay. And now I want some ledger pages in here. Do I want to turn that up to make a pocket? I don't know if I do or not. I think I'll just cut some off at the bottom because the pocket would be so tiny. I don't want to do that. And then let's see, go ahead and cut. Cut some off that way. I'm not going to do more than about 20 to 25 folded pages, because that'll get really thick really fast, because I do journal every day, and who knows, I may end up selling this. I might take it to work and put it in the marketplace. So I will turn that over. I like the holes that are punched there. And let's see. This is therapeutic for me before work starts, to be able to come out here and do something like this. Probably not going to edit this video very much. I've just gotten to the point where I don't have time. I absolutely do not have time. I thought that I would be less and less busy as my children got older. And honestly, I do have a lot more free time. But I do still work, and I love my grandbabies and my children. They're not dependent on me, but they're close by, and I like to see them. And I do like to help with Kendall when Michaela has an appointment or something. So I folded all 4 of those. Not sure if I will use all 4 of those. Oh, that's so cute. It's an old calendar page. So let's go ahead and fold that right here. And that's not too tall. I like these holes at the bottom. So I think I'm going to cut some of the top off to make it fit. And then we will have to cut some of the edges off. I'm sure I won't get all of this done in one day, but we can have fun with it for a little bit. I love the page numbers. So once again, I might turn this into a page that can be upright. And last time I did a little bit too wide. That looks about right. I could also sew it. Maybe I'll do that since I've got the sewing machine sitting right here. So hang on, let me do this. Yes, I love that. And right now, good grief, if I knock this ink over one more time, and who wants to step on a bottle of black ink? That would not be good. I don't always have different colors of thread in my sewing machine, but I've got this really bright sort of almost, it looks yellow on the paper, but the spool just looks almost chartreuse. It's a really bright sort of yellowy green. I wonder if it says on the, I should have looked at the label, but you know how I am. So let's fold this up a bit to make a pocket. And that way we can have these strings, and they're going to end up being sort of in the center of these pages. I like that. There we go. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll use the butterflies. And that can fold just like it is. 10. Oh, maybe I will do, well, I don't need to keep using these just because they're in here. That's one of the things about this. You'll have stuff left over for the next book. So let me just look and see what I have. I know I wanted to use, oh yeah, see, I forget what's on the bottom. There's so much in here. Oh, see, so these are folded already. And you can just, let's see how wide these are, or how, yeah, whatever. So they will have to be cut down. America. Cut it about right there. And then that'll be a page. Oh, each one of the fun packs had a big poster, and they're all different. And it's this different Asian, let's see what this says. 100 rooster paper cuttings from Shanghai province. I'm not sure how to say that. So I'm just going to tear right along this this fold and get a couple of pages out of this. Okay, I like that. They're just a little tall. They're not too wide, but maybe just a little tall. So let's go ahead and what are we up to? About 12 or 13. Oh, and there's the bird calendar. I know I want that, and I'm going to be turning that up to make a pocket for sure because it's such a large, it'll give us a nice roomy pocket. It's such a large page. It may be a little bit too wide. Yeah. I could go over to my paper cutter, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not too worried. I'm going to be doing a lot of distressing At least that's the plan. I could change my mind, but maybe around the edges and stuff, so I'm not going to worry too much. So we've got some of this. Oh, I like this, and I think I'm going to go ahead, as I've been doing, and make this be upright in the book so that we don't have pages that are sideways, and there is nothing wrong with that. That's really fun. It's junky, and that's kind of the way some of this junk journal stuff started out. Nothing had to be perfect. Yay. The whole sheet or piece or whatever. So there's that one. I like this washi tape. It's white with very, very tiny gold polka dots. These are subtle polka dots. Okay. What time is it? A little bit longer. I would actually love to finish this journal this morning, but I know I'm not going to. Should I turn this up and make a bit of a pocket? Yeah, I guess I will. I don't know if I must be not measuring right or something, because this looks wide again. And that's not folded straight, but that's okay. No, that seems to be okay. Maybe just the tiniest bit. Okay. And I'm not sure I want that map in this book. I like these, and I like having maps. I don't know that I want that blue color on the pages for this one because of the, I don't know, would it work? It looks fine with the cover. Let's see. Let's just see how this goes. Oh, it's got a bat. The bat can be naturey, but look at that. Do I really want this? Yeah, it'll be okay. Goodness gracious. This is just a junk journal. Let's see here. Saving this heavy paper. I don't know that I want to have that. Does this need to be cut down at all? Oh my gosh, it's almost perfect the way it is. Let's take a tiny bit off the top, the bottom, and just a little bit. Oh, but we're gonna lose our, maybe we won't lose all of it. We shall see. What else do we have? I'm just about ready to stop with the pages, but where are the bags? And we need some of this pink. Okay. Let's go ahead and take 1, 2, and we're going to save these because we're going to use those in the book. 2 of those. I might save the ledger paper. I want a couple of these bags, and I always have to cut a little bit off. They're too wide, I think. No, they're not. This is a good size, I think. Yeah. I have some more of these that are larger, and I have to cut them down a little bit, but those are fine like they are. And I love that design in there. That's really pretty. Is that one? Why does that seem so much larger than it is? No. Okay. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. I think that's going to be enough to start with. Even though we have some things we haven't used, we can add some flip out pages by taping them in. And we have a lot of little decorations and embellishments to go in. So let me go ahead and maybe put these in order. Okay. Those 2 pockets. Why do I want to be on the front? That might be cute. Or this. I like that. So if we start with that, then let's put a blank page. The purple is pretty there. And then maybe this page with the flowers. We got a pocket there near the front. Another of these purple pages, and then maybe a ledger page, and let's switch to one of the pink ones, and let's go ahead and put one of these in. Yeah, okay, let's do it that way. And then, no, there's another pocket. Let's don't do that yet. Maybe this ledger page. And then maybe this one here. We got to start using these at some point. Or should we, what other colors do we have? We have another one of those. And that's good. And then maybe this book page with about the flowers. And then another purple page. And maybe now put that pocket in. And more of these rooster thingies. What else do we have that's decorated? Maybe that. And then another pocket. And the music. And then this pink page. And maybe the page with the pocket. How will this be with the map page here? Yeah, we'll do this one. That way we can alternate these last 2 purple ones. Do this like this. And then let's fold this the other way. And that will be the center. There, that's perfect. Pull these little strings up. Can hang out. And yeah, I love that. Oh my goodness. So it's just this one signature. I really don't feel like I need to do any sort of template. I will just get my my awl, and I had it out this morning because I was unclogging some glue, and I know nobody is surprised about that. So maybe we will go ahead and bind this. So I want to get right in the center and push through. I love this awl. It is really sharp. And it's wide. It makes a bigger hole for things like this. And now let's see, what do I have for cord? I keep coming back to this this blue lately, but that's pretty with the cover there. That green would be pretty too with the yellow. I think I like the blue. Okay, 1, 2. I usually do about 3 lengths so that I have plenty to left over to make sure I can tie it, and also just 4 charms. And let me get my needle, or a needle. Well, maybe I will end up, so we want our charms to hang on the outside, which means we're going to start from the outside. Oh, I'm so glad that went right through. So just hold the pages the best you can and don't let them move. So the next hole I'll put kind of in between this, well, closer to the bottom, not right in the center. We're only doing these 3 holes. I turn mine so I can make sure it's coming through kind of lined up. I mean, it's not the end of the world if they're not perfect, but I don't like it if they're too far off and it's really obvious. So let's see if this will go right back through. I doubt it, but we can try. And try not to split the thread. No, I'm going to have to. It's okay to take your needle or your awl and find that hole again. And usually the awl for me is the easiest. There we go. Just to go all the way back through and find that hole again. Whew. Now while it's in there, I'm going to see if I can move. Okay. Don't think that's going through the thread. No. Ooh, let me be careful not to pull your thread through. We're almost done with this part. I can't believe I'm actually gonna finish this morning. And then, okay, we've got it lined up. If you hold it like a cradle and put your thumb in the center, it's usually pretty easy to end up right in the center here. And again, we're not measuring like exact measurements here. I still got to put my stamp on the back or inside somewhere. So I need to adjust these. I want a little bit, I want them hanging from here, and see I've got a lot more length on this one. So I'm going to come back over here and pull this back some, maybe a tiny bit more, and then tighten that up. And this is where, if you have split the thread, it's not going to move. You've just kind of made it so that you can't move these around. And it also can weaken the thread, so you do want to be careful with that. So one thing I always do is put a tiny drop of glue on the thread before I tie it again. And let's make sure it's snug on the inside, and it is. Some threads you have to put your finger down and hold them, and even if there's glue there, I mean, it's okay if you get a little bit on the fabric or whatever. Most of it you can just wipe away, but you are going to end up with enough inside that knot to help it stay. And some of the threads will slip easier, like the waxed thread. This is a waxed thread. It kind of holds. It won't slip so bad, even if you don't have your finger holding it in place. So there is the junk journal, and let me tie it for a moment while we look at charms. Here, let's put that back. I'm notorious. I'm probably the worst person on YouTube for leaving stuff everywhere. All of these ladies are so organized. But I did purchase something recently that I think is going to be a game changer for me. So these trays hold the things that I use all the time, as far as pencils, pens, the markers that I like to use. And I'm cleaning out. I'm just to a point. I'm tired of all the stuff. I have considered cleaning out this whole workshop and not even having it anymore, because I love to garden. And what I would do is transition back to my desk. And we have an office in the house that Jason wants to be mine. We're using it for some storage right now. But anyway, this is a story in progress. We shall see what happens. I know everybody loves Paper Town, and I love Paper Town. But honestly, like in the wintertime, when it gets dark early, it's very cozy once I get out here. But you know, I don't always like coming out here, especially if Jason has a gig somewhere and I'm just coming out across the yard by myself. And I don't know, it just feels so much cozier to be in the house with the cats. But I digress. I have no idea what we're going to do about this. Anyway, I'm going to be selling a lot of things from in here. And I'm going to be selling a lot of old ephemera. So stay tuned. I'm filling up the Etsy shop. Okay, what do we have, and where have I put beads in here? Let's see what's in here. Ooh, those are pretty. So these are some beautiful vintage beads that I bought at Rare Earth Beads. And it would be pretty to have some of those on here. Let's see if it'll fit. I think it will. Yes. I like the beads where the hole in the bead is not too large. I mean, if you want it large enough for this kind of large cord to go through, but then it's hard to tie a knot big enough so that it's not going to slide off. Now there's that. Let's put another one a little lower. I think I've got them where they're a little bit staggered. Yeah, I like to do that. We'll leave the length on this for right now. We're probably going to put more charms in all different places. And I actually have a few more minutes to work out here. Put those pages to the side. Where do I want to put my tag? Kind of got that ridge across the back, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I do like having the pocket inside. like, so you can keep your pen in there so that you're always ready to write. And maybe, so let's go ahead and, ooh, I like that. We could put that right in here, a place for a name. And the beautiful Alphonse Mucha girl, I think. Maybe one of the seasons, Jay, you might remember. There's that. And let's get rid of some of these scraps, but we want to keep the pink ones. And where are my, let's see, let me get a little piece of fabric to go ahead and do this. Put my name in there, or on there, whatever. I wonder if this will work. Okay, and we don't care if it's a little bit messy. Get some ink. Okay, there's that. And let me show you what I'm going to do. Maybe this might be, yeah, that'll be okay. I need to sew around the edge. We're going to glue it on, but I want it to have sewing around the edge with that yellow thread. You can see where I had to sew the denim together on the inside. Probably what I should have done was sewed it to fit, and then I wouldn't have had to sew across the journal. I did think about that, but I thought, well, I don't really care too much about that. And you know, I could glue that over that ridge, but I don't know that I want to do that. Maybe next to it, because it kind of makes it feel more like it's part of the tag and just the shape, and makes it feel like it has some sort of meaning or value instead of just being an unsightly line there. And a good way, like once this dries, so it's too thick for me to go all the way around that with the sewing machine. And I have put journals back under the needle once they're bound. You can do that. You can use your back and forth stitch. But this is just too thick with that denim and, you know, this layer of fabric, the padding, the paper inside is just too much. But what you can do is come back and do that zigzag stitch where you are not, yeah, it's set on a zigzag, but you put the length of the stitch to 0 so the needle doesn't move this way, but you make it as wide as it can go, and we can just tack it maybe in a few places, and the sewing machine can definitely handle that. But I won't do that now. I want to wait until that glue is dry. And have just a few more minutes and I need to go inside. But maybe we can put, see, we'll have a lot of things to put in here to be able to journal with. I think I will stop. I'm going to stop here because we've got the journal made. And like I said, I want to do some distressing. And I don't want to just start sticking things in here until I actually do some of that. Let's see, where's my large brush? I really just want some, like some coffee staining. Yes, so I'm going to let this sit and dry today. Yeah, I just want a lot of distressing in this. I thought about just really soaking the whole thing with a coffee stain. I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to ruin this, but this is what I'm going for. I definitely want it to be really stained up. That's been interesting. I think a few more times of this. Let's just keep, I have to stop for now, but I think this, I love this. So this is a vintage, whoa, hello. Get back up there. This is a vintage coffee container that I had on my counter, and I just want something different. So I decided to bring it out here, and you know how I am with the shape makers and keeping things out here that I can just make funny shapes with and use as sort of impromptu stencils or whatever. So I just figured the lid would be fun to kind of use as a whatever. Oh, that's going to be dark. Add a tiny bit more water. Whoa. And this can dry, so this is going to be amazing. This can dry while I'm gone today. Oh, we definitely need some on this page. Maybe across these holes here. down in the center. I think just dripping it makes it feel more organic. Oh, see, there's not enough on that page. Ooh, we might need some on this. On the lace. Add a little bit more water to that. But what if we just, now, getting spots everywhere. I don't care. Okay, I gotta stop for now. And maybe I will hit this. Let's wipe the inside of that lid out a little bit. I'll hit this with the dryer for just a little bit before I go inside. Okay, I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to dry it a little bit more, and I will see you really soon. We'll work some more in this. Okay, bye for now.